In less than a tenth of a second, so much can change, depending on what you see and what you can't see. All in less than a tenth of a second, in the blink of an eye, also known in business as real time. In virtually every segment of business, from retail to pharmaceuticals, manufacturing to technology, leading companies continue to choose Adaytum to gain real-time insight into their performance.
When you look at the sort of organizations that are choosing Adaytum, it's the leading companies in every sector who are looking to take an innovative approach to business planning, to drive predictability, but most important of all, to implement a platform that will integrate their planning processes across the organization to arrive at a single view of future business performance.
If you think about the investments that have been made just to understand historically what's happened, what we see consistently is organizations are willing to spend at least that, if not more, to understand the future.
Right from the start, we designed e.Planning to eliminate all of the disconnects out of the planning processes in large organizations.
Adaytum e.Planning version 3 is the next step in bringing the entire enterprise closer to real-time planning. It's easier to scale across an organization, to integrate with critical business systems, to engage global collaboration, and to encourage innovation.
What we've learned in 12 years is our success is dependent on our customer success. They have taught us so much. They are the innovators.
An important thing to understand about the Adaytum design philosophy is we're very much customer-focused and customer innovation-focused. Unlike other companies that may drive ideas and innovation from an ivory tower, we very much are practical. We understand and really partner with our customers.
The theme of e.Planning, Release 3, was what we call ICE: integration, collaboration, and extensibility.
With 3.0, we've tightened up the integration between analyst and contributor. In addition to that, we've provided new mechanisms for moving data from systems such as ERP systems, where traditional financial transactional data is housed, or CRM systems, where you have revenue or you have sales opportunity information. So what we've done is tightened up that integration and moving actual data in between e.Planning and these source systems.
Version 3 is very much about improving the way that people are able to collaborate.
It's about providing flexibility across diverse business units, focusing on top-down driver-based planning so we can simplify and extend the planning process out to many.
Our extensibility architecture allows our customer organizations to not have to manage, think about, or even deal with functions that they're not going to use.
So you don't have to take all the functionality. You take the functionality that applies to you, that adds value to you.
You don't need to wait until a full release cycle comes out of e.Planning. We can release these new features and new capabilities of e.Planning, and you can decide and choose whether you would like to implement that feature. And if you choose to implement that feature, it's simply as easy as bolting on that feature and determining which users you would like to deploy that feature to.
Best practice suggests that at least 10 to 15% of a company's workforce should contribute to the planning process. No other solution makes it easier for more people to collaborate and to contribute.
There are many different roles within an organization that need to contribute into an enterprise business plan. And those roles are not necessarily tied to their desk 24 hours a day or 8 hours a day. So the ability to provide planning capabilities in a disconnected mode is really key. What net planning allows for is various roles within the planning process to collaborate over the web, to look at their plan, to assign revenue targets, to assign expense categories.
One of the really beneficial aspects of e.Planning right from the start has been the way it's promoted dialogue in the planning process between people submitting their forecasts and the people reviewing those forecasts.
The reviewer edit context of being able to send something to my boss and get back his comments in real time and in a collaborative fashion so that we're communicating and talking about the same thing.
Something as strategic and important as planning really needs to be done in local languages. The translation utility allows customers to be able to deploy their solutions globally.
We see upwards of 30% of an organization participating in the planning process, and the ability to be able to cascade plans throughout the organization. So as you drive top down in an organization and you want to gather input from functional areas or divisions and then drive that further into the organization, you'll see our solution enable that cascaded planning.
Everything about the functionality, whether it's reviewer editing, whether it's multiple users, whether it's net planning, whether it's even the real-time reporting, are all about streamlining that process by involving more people and involving them in real time.
From sales to manufacturing to marketing to HR, for the first time, everybody's participating, and not just within the organization, but even externally, beyond the organization, the suppliers, partners.
Adaytum planning solutions are helping some of the most recognizable names in business save time and money. Improving planning efficiency alone has saved millions for a number of companies. But Adaytum offers something even more valuable: real-time insight.
Now, as fast as you can think about it, that's how fast you can understand if you're on plan, above plan, or behind plan.
How can you run a company blind? Certainly an interesting question to ask the CEOs and CFOs of any company. How do you actually predict with confidence what is happening to your business? How do you know what's happening if you don't talk to the people at the front lines of the business? You can't just sit in your ivory towers and work the numbers to know what's happening. You really do have to involve the hundreds or the thousands of people that are participating in the process that can really tell you what's happening.
In the blink of an eye, over 11,000 times a day, nearly 5 million times a year, so much can change. It's constant. It's real time. Adaytum is focused on enterprise business planning solutions that help you to confidently predict and drive performance in real time. Because what other time is there?